In 2016, I decided to move my woodworking business in hopes of growing it into something bigger. Now, only a few years later, people all over the Nashville area are inviting me into their homes to help create unique, one-of-a-kind pieces and make their dreams a reality. So follow along as I take you behind the scenes and show you what it takes to create these custom built-ins. This project is going to be a little different, not in the sense of it's different from what I've been doing, but it's different in that it is taking so freaking long. Most of my projects that I've been doing since moving into the shop have been one-offs and single projects and small things, but I have been so far behind for so long, this is one of the last projects to get me caught up. It was supposed to be done in January, it is now mid-March, and I'm just now getting started on the cabinet boxes, so I'm in the shop, I'm not even at the client's house. Now they've got two main projects they want to do. They want to do a big office built-in and also an awesome master closet, but they also want to add on 2 barn doors, so I need to get them some quotes for that and see if they actually want to go for it and have me do it, so we'll see. But at least for now, we've got the 2 main projects that I'm working on. So I have got all of the plywood cut and ready to go. This was a lot of processing and a lot of just like figuring everything out to get the best number of cuts out of my sheets and waste the least amount of material, because this is going to be a big office. And so I want to make sure that I've got enough of everything I need and that I don't have to run back to my supplier and get more. This office is going to feature some big doors up top, lots of different cabinet sections, lots of shelving in the middle, and a big bank of cabinets across the bottom with some drawers. So I've got everything cut and prepped, and I still need to measure and cut the doors and assemble those. I still need to do doors and drawers. I'm also gonna prime everything before taking it to the client's house, where I will be doing the face framing and painting. I'm also gonna be painting the walls and possibly even the ceiling in the room. So it's just gonna be a really cool office project. I'm really excited about it. So that's the plan, and we will see if that is how it actually works out. But I'm pretty excited about this one. 2, and it is going to be an interesting week. I'm actually ready to get started. I just got the doors finished up that I had back here, so those have been sanded and they've now been mostly painted, so I've got to continue painting those over the next couple of days while I'm doing the install. At the client's house, I'm actually going to be doing the install while like masking everything, getting everything ready to go. I'm going to be painting this room, which will be kind of neat, but that means I have to go through and mask everything off, like the floor and the windows and stuff like that. But then I'm going to paint the walls first, then I'm going to paint my piece after I'm done with face framing. I'm crowning the room, and then I'm going to go back and do touch-up on the walls after I paint my piece. So I don't have to do as much masking as I normally would, but I still have to do a lot, including the entire ceiling. So it'll be interesting. Then the plan for the rest of the week is just to get this thing installed and hopefully get it ready for paint. I don't know if I will make it there by Friday because things always come up, but we'll see. So you remember like 30 seconds ago when I said, I hope this week goes well? It has not. This project's taking a little longer than I expected it to, and I had a couple of fun things happen, like the client decided to change the size of the middle portion. It was not supposed to be like a desk area, but it also wasn't supposed to have a bump out, and after installation they realized that their printers won't fit. I'm actually glad they found this at this point because, as I've said in previous videos, I would rather find these problems at this stage than later on. So instead of having to cut my whole thing apart and build new stuff or just leave it and have an unhappy client, I was able to come back to the shop, spend half a day building 2 new boxes, getting some drawers and stuff ready to go, and now that whole middle section can be bumped out. Now, you remember that top I made? I was actually able to reuse this top piece because it happened to be the same height that I needed to put one big massive piece up on top, and that's where my decorative trim and stuff is going to go. It's super secure. Well, now. Actually, you just saw a clip of me putting it up, and while I was putting it up, I literally got down, turned the camera off, and went to secure it, and it fell on me and the ladder, dented the floor, damaged the wall. Like yeah, I've got cuts on my hand from stopping it from hitting me in the head. It was probably not the safest and or smartest thing to be lifting a 12-foot long, extremely heavy, 1.5-inch thick desktop made of super high density MDF and plywood 11 feet in the air without securing it. But once I got it up there, I thought, beans. I really don't want to bring this back down just to grab a drill, so I balanced it up there thinking it would stay, and it did not. I wish that I had gotten it on video, but my camera battery died right before that happened, so you don't get to see it. Sorry. It was probably funny or scary. I don't know if YouTube allows me to show myself getting injured. But my stupid mistakes aside, this project is finally starting to roll a little bit, so I've still got to go back and do the face framing and all that stuff I talked about a second ago. I've got the client's doors here to get some paint done. I've got to mask those first. I've got a little more paint to do, and then moving on to the next part. It's the middle of week 3, I think, possibly week 4. I'm not entirely sure. I apologize for the audio. I was gonna use my microphone, but then a crew of like 4 trucks showed up and started working on the trees next door, and there's not anything I can do about it, so I just decided not to even use my microphone. So this build is kind of kicking my butt right now. I am well over more than a week behind. My scaffolding actually broke a weak spot in their hardwood floor, so I had to spend part of my day today replacing that, which was a lot of fun. It's not really something I've ever done before, but I know how to do it. I just hadn't done it yet. So now I've done it and I've got the experience and I could do it again if I ever have to, which hopefully I won't. I had to do a lot of paint touch-up on this job. I had to paint the walls and paint them again. I sprayed everything, installed the crown, and then had to paint them again, and then the nap on my roller was the wrong type, and blah, 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 blah. Long story short, there's about 5 coats of paint on the wall currently, and I hope to God that it finally looks the way that it's supposed to. It's a matte paint. I've never had issues before, but this project, like I said, it's all the small things that are just adding up, one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other, that are slowing me down so much. I finally got the door handles installed on the doors and the drawers for the lowers, and then they are getting the uppers for me, so I went ahead and cut the holes for those. The client can install them himself if he wants to, or I can install them when I go back to do the master closet. Just like that, y'all, I am done. Well, halfway done. This first part of the project is done. The office is done. It looks amazing. It's absolutely stunning. I've actually already had 2 people in the neighborhood ask me to come do the same or similar office in their homes. So it's good because it's generating business, which is awesome, and it's going to be more money because everything's more expensive now, which is awesome. But it kicked my butt, and is still continuing to kick my butt because I'm currently working on phase 2, which will be in the next video. While the paint on this one was a bit of a nightmare, and everything else just had me kind of on edge, it all ended up working out. I went back yesterday and installed some little USB plugs in there, and it completed the look. It made everything stunning. The color is really cool. I mean, it is a dramatic difference from this like bright white home office to this like super satin dark man cave, but the windows look out to the new pool they're having installed and everything's reflective. He has these blinds that come down, and like it really was a good choice in color. It's not too dark, it's very manly and just awesome. And it's a great contrast to the rest of the house, which is very white. White floors, white walls, white ceilings, everything is bright and white and fresh and clean. And this office is just like black and satin and beautiful. And I can't say enough about it. In fact, because I can't say enough about it, maybe I'll just show it to you right now. So that's it. That's phase one. It's done. And the closet's coming along too. So make sure to like and subscribe, like this video, share it. I love it when people share my stuff on like Pinterest and things like that because it's super fun. It gets me a lot of engagement, but also it gets to show people some of these inspired projects and they get to use their own ideas and make it themselves, and it's great. I love it. Make sure to find and follow me on Instagram as well. I am at PMK Woodworking, pretty much across all socials, but I almost exclusively use Instagram. I'm getting off of most of the other stuff, and I don't really engage on there a lot. So if you want to communicate with me, show me your projects, ask me your questions, hit me up on there, comment below. Heck, even shoot me an email if you want. I've got plans on Etsy, which you'll see a card for here in just a moment. So you can click on that and get some plans. They're nice and cheap. Even though Etsy fees suck, I still leave them up there so that y'all can have some good plans from some of my older projects, and you can learn how to do them yourself. But with that being said, I have got to get back to the client's house right now so I can go ahead and start painting on the closet. So I'll catch y'all next time. So make sure to like and subscribe, like this video, share it. I love it when people share my stuff on like Pinterest and things like that because it's super fun. It gets me a lot of engagement, but also it gets to show people some of these inspired projects and they get to use their own ideas and make it themselves, and it's great. I love it. Make sure to find and follow me on Instagram as well. I am at PMK Woodworking, pretty much across all socials, but I almost exclusively use Instagram. I'm getting off of most of the other stuff, and I don't really engage on there a lot. So if you want to communicate with me, show me your projects, ask me your questions, hit me up on there, comment below. Heck, even shoot me an email if you want. I've got plans on Etsy, which you'll see a card for here in just a moment. So you can click on that and get some plans. They're nice and cheap. Even though Etsy fees suck, I still leave them up there so that y'all can have some good plans from some of my older projects. But with that being said, I have got to get back to the client's house right now so I can go ahead and start painting on the closet. So I'll catch y'all next time.